All right. Microphone not working. There we go. I think I check. Okay. Thank you. What do you think of it? How does it look, hon? Just gotta arrange carnivores a little bit. Okay. Those my knights are all out of order here. Should be around the face better. Okay, so. Alrighty, so. And also, I removed the light over here to face behind me a bit. I think I gotta position it better so it can light up what's behind me more. And thank you for the help. Appreciate it. Yeah, I looked at him like it was too far out, so I zoomed it in to be a bit better fit. Too many guys in front of me right now. There we go. Thank you, thank you. Oh, what do I want to start with? Could do some decaling. Actually, let me just keep working on this. Howdy, Demon Slayer. We keep making changes to things, so. Now my alt angle is that. You can see from above a little bit. But that's the more preferred angle. Yes, I do very much appreciate folks tuning in. And have you heard, thank you, Han, for the help with the setup. That's a lovely compliment. Thank you, sir. So I found the second album from Mano about the music. So I added that to the playlist, so it should be. We need a wet palette cam. I could take this, the alt angle cam, make it a. Here's that. Like if I don't use it, then I'll figure out a different spot for it. I don't know if I'll call it the boob cam. That might get us in trouble. Okay, that's fair. Pretty much, yes. Hello, Surge Main 69. How you doing this evening? Just gonna keep plugging away on this Night Tyrant. Lots of details to get in. Let's see a few things I need to... A few spots I need to trim up real quick. Picked up Morty. Plague Surgeon. Mortimer Nurgle is quite the beautiful model. It's my new name for him. His name is Mortimer. This is Mortimer Nurgle. That's what I'm calling him. Yes, I know. You're almost done charging. Thank you for reminding me. There you go. It's a fantastic centerpiece model. It can be if you're somewhere that has air conditioning. This should be the catch. So you gotta have air conditioning. Because there is a certain stigma that comes with gamers and odors that, heat waves may not be the best for people that have hygiene concerns. So... $60 pockmarkers. Nice. That's a lot of sticky objectives. I've previous place of employment that was a game company. At a convention that we were sent to, we actually had to kick someone out of the booth for body odor concerns. Four-day, it was a Gen Con, so we're looking at the biggest convention there is, 4-day con. And dude never changed clothes and kept coming back to our booth to play test our game until the owner of the company said, dude, you have to leave. And howdy, Dark Owl. He wasn't happy, but the owner of the booth, or the owner of the company is like, look, I'm not making everyone suffer because you didn't want to change clothes. So it was sad. It's, you know, he was a fan of the game. There was a change of camera positioning, Dark Owl. After much encouragement from the wife, she expressed how she felt that this angle was better. So I took my really good camera, the one with the zoom lens, and put it down here. So now, if you want to get close on stuff, you can pull it in like this. And I still have that for more, but this might change. We're playing around with that camera. So, but yeah. It wasn't just the camera. Like, this camera moved, that camera moved, that camera moved, that light moved, that light moved, this light moved, that light moved. Everything moved. I redid my little turnstile photo booth with better backgrounds. So, redid the arrangements for the that's I don't have 500. I have four cameras on this stream. I've got my mirrorless, which is my old photography camera from shooting. I've got the face camera right here. I've got another camera up here, which we're still trying to figure out. And then I've got the Lula cam, which is on the couch. So, but yeah. Hey, yes, lots of light bulbs. Howdy, Manu. Good gravy. Should I just strap the camera to my wrist? That would make you motion sick. Ah. Howdy, scarecrows. Yes, wifey. Jesus. Oh, okay. I thought you were trying to get my attention. I'm like, you know, a parent calling out the kid's full name. Oh, the scarecrows. The one and only. You have EC? Emperor's Children? Oh, hate Emperor's Children. What's wrong with the pretty pink boys? I'm guessing you had a game against them today or recently. That's the only EC thing I can think of with Warhammer's Emperor's Children, so. To do with the That's fair. Right now, I'm just getting everything with a nice base of gray for the items that are not going to be black. Still have to figure out what I want to do with these missiles. Lost to the Chillins by 1 point. Well, 1 point is a very close game. I think it'd be pretty good. What disposition you're running? Still Purge the Foe, or yeah, in teams that would be a draw. I thought about that, man. Might do that. I'm thinking like it's definitely gonna have either a red or a blue tip. I'm not sure yet. I did red on the rockets here, or the rockets, but then the missiles have blue tips, so I don't know. I'll think about it a bit while I'm getting the base coats on for the banner for this Persia Foe. What was he playing? Do you know what disposition they were playing? Blue means practice round. Huh. I did not know that. All right, then. Learn a little something every day. Are you using the app there, Scarecrows, to track your games? Because in the app you can track the games and hopefully be able to record so you can learn exactly what you did and what you need to do. You know this now? Oh, okay. Yeah, I would say that way. Black, yellow's high explosive, black is armor piercing. Hold on a sec. I think you just told me how I'm going to do these, then, Mano. Because this is these missiles are the Geese Strike missile launcher is absolutely armor piercing, so black tip. Now I'm thinking about it, they are, because I do know mostly industry standards, because when I'm watching people with the firearms testing, it's, oh, this is so-and-so X tip. This is the armor high explosive. This is the armor pending rounds. So that sounds right there. You're like, huh, yep. Drink. So these will be black tip missiles. I should do the white. Yeah, like the hazardous placards. I don't know if those are worldwide standard, but at least in America, the hazardous placards have standard. So. Yeah, my car's done. I'll put you away this evening, Mr. Carr. I wonder why. Check the charger stance. Your Wolf Guard turns shields. The former was the champion from attachment to end. There was a simplicity to it. I mean, if you were quick with a screwdriver and had a steady hand, you could change a fan belt on a Volkswagen while it was running. On a 1600 dual port air-cooled V-dub motor, you could pop that thing off and pop a new one on while it was on and running. It wasn't exactly wasn't the safest thing, I'd say, but you could do it. Also, some relatives are dangerous. Also, scarecrows, I would say, take a look at what you have, and like if you can remember how you played, it might not be a need to change the unit around Logan. Maybe needed to hold him back a little bit in spots, or because Logan himself is pretty damn tanky and tough, so maybe he got exposed too soon, or you were too aggressive with him, or not aggressive enough. It's like I know Logan Grimnar is an incredibly tanky unit. Okay. So they're scarecrows. 8 wounds and 5 toughness with his saves. The fact that he was still alive at the end of the game, even taking heavy amounts of fire, I think you got him okay. That is 8 wounds and 5 toughness is potent, and I know he's got a 2-up and I think a 4-up in Vol. And was he taking a lot of shots, or was it in the melee that he was getting hit? Because if he's taking a lot of hits, then shot-wise, then it might be a bit of a positioning thing. If it's melee, that could be either or. Yeah, pretty much. He doesn't have a wounded stat line, so if he's over 0, he happy. There's also the fact that he might be worthwhile. Maybe he can bait people out with him because he hits like a truck. So, okay. Lucius the Eternal is supposed to be able to one-on-one about anyone out there. In fact, he took him with Logan, and Logan won. I think you're underselling his toughness.
For the Emperor.
Howdy, CDs. Hun, can you refund it? Because she's on the couch. Sorry, there's no point for the Lilicam because she's on the couch. She's not on her pillow. And I can't have the camera following her. We're not that cool. The fact Logan taking on Lucius and walking away from the fight, that's pretty good. Lucius is usually one-on-one. That sounds more like just the dice. I don't know how. I know how to.
Women of our Fox subscribed to your channel for 17 months.
We could do it. It would have to require. I'd have to set up like a Wi-Fi input for the camera and then stream to. That would be such a logistics headache. But right now, all you'd be like, if I had the GoPro on the dog, all you would be seeing is like half of our couch. She's just laying down on the couch. Missed the attack on Lucius. So you lost to dice. I mean, 1 point is an incredibly small margin, incredibly close game. And they didn't, what do you remember what the final score was? $38-39. Okay. Yeah, it sounds like the dice just failed you on a roll, which that can absolutely happen, and that does happen all on the regular. It's part of why there's a dice element. Yeah. I wouldn't worry about your army composition at the moment. 38 for... And you guys went the full 5 turns? Yeah, 3 turns. Okay. Yeah, it just sounds like a little bit of dice being dice. realistically. So your opponent felt the same about his Demon Prince getting destroyed like you did for your Murderfang. You gotta remember, dice are fickle fuckers. Sometimes it can be the most orgasmic experience, and sometimes it can be the biggest cock teases you could ever imagine. Shocking. Oh, good, man. Yeah, so what you're telling me right now, Scarecrows, is that from what I'm seeing, that's just the game. You played a solid game, and you lost because of a dice roll. It is what it is, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. Right there with you, Demon Slayer. I mean, to be honest, I've never really won a game of 40k. Played a bunch back in the day, but never really won. Got my ass handed to me in amazing ways. Died lots. Exactly. It is absolutely possible to do everything right and still lose. Hands on gun. Wow, that's cold. That's rough, buddy. Oof. Just waiting to hear the wife laugh. Jesus. Learning experience. Hey, you could be playing Necromunda, which still is wrong. And Mike absolutely does have. I have the noise canceling on. I could turn it off, so y'all can hear when my wife laughs at me. Go to here. Have it set up to channel effects. There we go. Now the voice noise canceling is off. I don't know why it's hard for me to say that. All right, feel better now, hon? You see me cleaning the pots. All right. Do you plan on getting head takers as well as to single out the enemy leaders? There you go. I dig it. That's part of the reason I do all the crazy stuff to my models. I don't want my minis to look the same. I want everyone to know, when they see these cast knights, these are my cast knights. I mean, it's your army. Make it the way you want them. Okay, you can have your Space Wolves be, varying shades of green. Have it be the Sickly Wolves. Or they can all be red. The Red Wolves. Ha! Don't know what to do. You can do all that kind of stuff. It's part of the fun of this hobby. We were talking about they had I was at the GW store today. Actually got to hang out and paint a little bit and chat. I will absolutely check it out. We were talking a bit about the customization and stuff because the Necromunda is, you could do what kind of like whatever you want, paint and look wise on the models and things without any problems. Because there's so much justification for if anyone would be like, oh, you can't do that. They don't want to look that way, and it's like Necromunda being this little gang organizational fight. There's justification for your gangs to be anything. And they're talking about Necromunda's gang wars. It is Underhive gang wars. That's exactly what Necromunda is. And you have at a max 10 models, maybe 12. So I thought about if I want to do Necromunda gang, what am I going to do? I'll find a way to make a gang out of Skaven. Just use Skaven models. Give them guns, and the Kit Basher have the guns and everything, but absolutely. I prefer Cawdor, at least for the Redemptionists. That's what I used to play. So yeah, we're making a game. So yeah, if you want to do your Space Wolves and something different than standard, go for it. To have cool chains on their arms, I dig it. You could pick up that spool of chain from like a Michael's or a craft store. Would work perfect. Glue it on there and then primer it and paint it up. I mean, the stuff we got to see at Adepticon for custom models in the the grand tournament. Go for it, TYRANT turquoise. I support that completely. Ooh, I could use TYRANT turquoise on those Exodites when I get them. On the dinosaurs, that would look nice. Ch-ch-ch-ch-ch. All right. Let's see. I'm already seeing spots here. Sorry. There's gonna be so much annoying angles on this thing. To get into all these little spots, and I know for the base here, I'm gonna have to do the resin pour before I put any of the armor on, just to make it easier. Because that's going to be a fight. Could work on the base a bit too. I should work on the base a bit, since that's going to dry up a bit. So let's shift on over to this. Actually, let me do paint these eyes up real quick. Actually, let me get the smaller brush for that. Now this is a challenge. I have to put that there. Oh, that's the head I'm using, yes. That's the fun part with the Knights, is that it would have been Anubis before it turned to Chaos. yeah, this is the cool head I found on. I think it was Etsy. It was Etsy. Or no, this was Iron Wolf Minis. This guy had like cool heads and stuff, and I just thought that looked unique. So it's gonna be very different. You know, click in there, right there. Let's see if I do. Does this see the boob? So I'd have to do. Is that enough boob cam? Wife wanted the boob cam, so y'all thank my wife for that. Okay. Yeah, I'll go watch my indecisiveness. Like, do I want this? Do I want this one? What about this one over here? Or that one there? Do I want to do over there? Do I want to go over there? But yeah, I'm thinking. They said that they're about halfway through the Necromunda League right now, and then they're going to take a 2 to 3 month break for the Necromunda League because they want to see what the new. Supposedly, I didn't realize it with the Necromunda announcement that they had that it is supposedly there's going to be updated rules. So they want to see if once the league is done, if the rules are something that let's go crush your breasts, something that they should incorporate or not. So we'll get there. And good grief. Yes, run the boob cam. Just my paint shaker. Flip back over to the night. We're working on my Chaos Knights right now. Doing the detail work and flushing things out before we get to. I got a lot of decals I'm going to put on this guy. A lot of the slide transfers. So. Yeah. But we're talking about the Necromunda League, so once I see what the new edition has, if the rules are good, then they'll incorporate them, and then we'll get back into they'll run the next Necromunda League. Throwing things on the ground. And that's probably, so it's going to be 4 months out, at least. That'll be the one I'll jump in on. So that'll give me enough time to make a gang out of Skaven. Because why not? Get too little. Oh, what's up, Eli? I watched the trailer. It looks cool. You have access to Warhammer Plus, so. Yes. And that's the one I showed you. Not a game, nope. It is a show. Boot camp. It's a one-shot show. It's not like a whole series. I think it's just going to be one episode of basically Bolter and Chainsword. So. Yeah, I'll be thinking. Gotta figure out what gang to use though. Someone's like, "Oh, you should do. You could do this gang or that gang, because it'll be easy to do it with Skaven." I'm like, "But that's not me. I don't want easy. Easy? No. Figuring out how to do the chains? No." What's up, Jay? So there's a user. He'll be back in a bit. Mana Music Tributes. Did a bunch of music, Warhammer 40K themed music, and was on one of the streams. And he's like, he said if you want to use it. So we managed to get it set up. The timer should be putting a link in chat in a moment for him. But it's on brand, on theme music for Warhammer stuffs. I thought so too. And I was like, oh, okay. He did a whole bunch of it. And this is a 3-hour plus playlist. So Boot camp. Just gonna do that for my wife every time now because it makes her giggle.
Death to the foul warriors of chaos.
Thank you for the suggestion, hon. Yes, she is still on the couch. So we can't Lula cam it. She's asleep on the couch. I'm just happy that I was able to pull this off without having to buy any additional equipment because we already picked up that arm being heavy duty enough. So. Oh, there you go, Jay. Oh, good. He also has some other stuff like a Wheel of Time and a few other themed music bits. But I'm just using the Warhammer stuff because it's on brand. Focus. There we go. It's bad so far. Okay, so now what do I want to do for, actually, idea what I want to do for the eyes. Is this either the, I either want to do this bright red, or, yeah, I want to do the bright red. It's like a sepia red as well. And proof that the boob works on pots of all shapes. They're just wandering. This one should be open already. Yeah. So, if anyone is interested in watching what goes on when this it's splort, follow along on the painting and crafting process outside of streams. Check out my Blue Skies. I post every day there for hobby streaks. So even when we're not streaming, you can, if you're interested in seeing progress. So I do like these inks. I'm liking that. How close can we get? Pretty damn close. Close enough to see that I have paint on my fingers. Okay, so that's that mostly done. It is. I'm happy with how it came out on that. That's the head pretty much done. I think most games touch on the first time I saw the paints. Oh. Huh. Well, they're not terribly far because I can reach them. I can caress my paints, pet them. Alright, so that's the head. It's pretty much done. So we've got one thing knocked out. Now we'll have to do a little bit of the I'll need to do weathering. I'm trying to think of the word. But alright, so let's work on the base here. Alright, so for the base, I need to get a bigger brush, get my Lothern blue. There's the shot for the wife. The inappropriate finger motions. You can just do it like that. And you flip. Can you stage the armor on the ribbit? Oh, wrong button. I don't know why I'm reaching for everything here. Stage the armor? Yeah, should be able to. I can't do all of it because some of it's just not going to stick on there. So I will. I'm also going to put that brush away. Alright. Put the head in there. Plasma goes on that side. Unfortunately, I have to put the weapons on specific sides because the weapons have these armor plates that you can't really reverse, so there's a lot of clicking. Alright, I don't know if this one will, I don't think this will hang in place. I guess it is a little bit. I guess not. Is it loose? The chain moved. To see it. So there you go. That's at the moment a quick stage of what it'll look like. And here's the finished tall Rampager. So I can put these guys next to each other. You can see that the how much taller the Tyrant is, you know, reasonably taller. Like the armor's taller, and then of course with the banner and everything, it's definitely more imposing. So put you back here because you're gonna get in the way. All right, slowly peel all this off. You're welcome, Hunt. Die fly. There we go. This is loose now. To be fair, this chain is now a little wobbly. It shouldn't be. Okay, so I need to. Okay, might have popped it a little loose in the back here. So take dab of glue. Okay. I do not want the chains to be moving at all. It's just going to add to potential damage and things. So, all right, so there you go. There was a quick stage of the night upon the wifey's request. All right, so I was working on the Lothern blue, getting this brush out. So. Okay, so. Howdy, Jersey. Brush a little bit. Just. Is that you, wifey? Can you grab me a nightcap, please? Thank you. Hmm? Hopefully get them fixed fast. Okay, so then we got that done. It's alright, so now I've got on the base here, there's dead marine. I have no idea what. Not sure what chapter to run them. Could do. You know, think like a bright. I think it'd be nice, like a nice bright green. Yeah, let's do a nice bright green. Contrast. 2 tanks built. Oh. Yeah, no need to apologize, man. You're under no obligation to stay. Be like, oh my god. I'm not gonna say that you have to stay and whatever, dude. That's fair. Boot cam. It just looks inappropriate. So we're going to do a very light new concept album. All right.
Rum and whiskey.
You know, do the black cask, please. Thank you. Sorry, your wife asked an incredibly tough question.
Very tough question.
Rum or whiskey? So we're going to do a very quick dry brush of a silver on this marine torso down here. So thinking if I do a nice, it's an important question for me. All right. So we're going to do a green. I don't know where that came from. Oh, it's probably on the base. This is marine kind of torso down here. I can pick this up. The chain's coming out of him. This guy right here. So I did a camera. Thank you. I've already did a contrast to get into details and did a quick dry brush of a silver. So I think I'm going to run a green on there to bring it up. So, and it'll stand out a bit because I had originally thought of running Space Wolf's Gray on there, but there's so much gray on this already, I think it would just get lost. So, it's going to be... I could do red. Nah, I was going to have red for the blood and stuff. I should do... I'll keep it with a green. Alright, so we'll run a green contrast on the knight, or not knight, on the marine down here. I'll make it stand out because at the base, none of my bases have green on them to begin with. They're all grays and snow colors and things like that. So there is no greens, and the green will stand out nicely. What chapter is this? Don't know. Just generic dead marine of a greenish armor. So she kind of looks like a salamander now. I'm looking at it. So maybe this will be a salamander. Maybe he's trying to defend some civilians from the evil corny knights. Their bad jokes. And that works. Alright, so then I'll do a trim, and so okay, so then I need to do a Belcher. Yeah, that Belcher's what I'm using for this. Come on. I was going to do a bit on the chain down here. So let's put the chain down here. Get this all set up. I'm also going to soak that chain in blood. I might actually thinking about I was going to have blood running up and down these chains a little bit. Just to add a little variety to them. So that's that. Let that dry up. So I'm going to get mostly done with this base, and then I might do the goop. So
Clink.
oh, okay. Like what are you doing? Thank you. Cheers, anyone. Smoke if you got them. Take some Skull Crusher brass. I think I'm actually going to do a little bit of a brass dry brush on these spears over here. There's these two spears on the base. Alright. See how well this dry brush works. Okay. Possibly. The person to ask is in the chat there. Yes, it is your song. Let me click. Here comes the. Here comes the from the second. Oh, good. That's the song name, and it's from your volume 2. Is it cut off? Howdy, Herdic Scott. Alright, so we gotta do that. If anyone's looking for a relaxing. That's fair. If anyone's looking for a relaxing comic about an orc and his pet Squig. Squig, who's based off of that dog and her inability to be normal. Check out Orc and Squig, as drawn by my wife. Art by Minerva Fox. There. Alright, so you are. Some Johannes Gold here. It's now done. So it looks like this is going to be a salamander down here. At least somebody with this greenish armor. Something green Marines. Not going to go too crazy on the details for that guy. Because he did. It's not that big a deal. I don't go too detail on him because he did. He's not going to care if I don't get too much detail on him. Boot camp. There's a Marine down here. It's very dead. Considering his torso's yeah, the one who's got the chains coming through his head. Anyway. It's not bad there. Focus. Almost. There we go. So not too bad. Again, it's not a focal point, so I'm not too stressed on it. He very dead. Meltas. I did. I did a grenade steel. That's what I did on that. Have a good one, Jay. Get you another time. So we're gonna take a little bit. We're just doing a little bit of dry brush on these Twin Link Melta-Guns. And the camera already went off. Just to add a little flavor. That's what I've been doing on the Melta-Guns. Okay. So next, so the Marine's done. So I almost think I need to. So I do the resin after I do the dry brush. So I need to do dry brushing on the base. So we're going to do that. We're going to get the larger dry brush. Take some of this white scar. Just a little bit of that white scar. Okay. Not to dry brush the Marine because he's got enough detail on him. We're going to do the stone all around this. And the feet. Not too worried about the details around the center of the foot. underneath there because that's going to get filled in with Valhalla Snow, the Valhalla Blizzard Technical Snow Paint. Because that helps hide the pins. These are all pinned to their bases with brass piping because I don't want them falling. Since the bases are frighteningly custom. I had to do that to keep it on there. Keep them secure on their bases, which is honestly not too hard of a thing to do. Since I get the spots down where they're going to be, their feet wise, I measure it up, and then once I've got that, I mark where it's going to be, and then it's any of that. It's a kind of a heavy dose of the super glue. I'm using Gorilla Glue. It's because stuff works pretty well. And that tends to hold them pretty firmly in place. So, I'm just going to clean my dry brushes. Because they will, since the paint is near dry, it tends to stay on there a bit. So, okay. Yeah. Well, this one I'm doing a bit out of order compared to the others. Because I'm going to do the resin pour with this on there. The rest of them I've done the bases pretty much completely separate. And then once it was finished, then I mounted the knight to it. But since I'm having this one, I want the resin to be around the foot. I had to do this one all together. So this made this a bit more of a challenge than the others. So my hand is absolutely beautifully shiny. I get weird looks when I'm at the Warhammer store and I do this for my dry brushing. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, it's an easy way for me to see how I'm at paint-wise. It's just paint. It's going to come off when I wash it anyway. So. Alright, so here's where we're at. On the... Now you can see the stone effect, how it has that nice look to it. So I'm going to run a really heavy coat of black all around this now. So I need to clean this one. Comes across looking good. Let's get the ridiculously large brush out. Hey, hon. Can I trouble you for a water change? The forbidden cocktail's looking weird. forbidden cocktail. Thank you. Well, that's going on. We'll take a moment. Say cheers. Thank you. All right. Get a bunch of black on the palette. And this part of doing this heavy black coat is to help prevent any resin from sneaking its way up under this cork here. Because I'm going to need the resin to do interesting amounts of work. So we're just going to okay, I'll get to the gooping next. That way I can focus on the armor and start doing, because I'm not far from getting this guy. Like, I'm closer to being finished than it appears. So I always heard it was good. Didn't really watch it, but unfortunately I've kind of lost interest in Star Wars a long time ago. There's so much of it out there. It's just like, eh. The only thing we watched recently was that the one with the kids. I thought that was good. It was a nice, refreshing take on Treasure Island. Have you gone outside Jersey? Like, just walked around our country lately? I think the message needs to be, like, on 50-foot billboards every 10 feet. Because that's the shit that's going on right now. Let's see this. There's a gap here. And that's part of why, GW had to remind people that the Imperium of Man is not a good thing. They are evil. It's like, yeah. It's like, you shouldn't have to be reminded of this, but Star Wars is all about redundancy. Heck, the movies just tell the same stories over and over again. I don't think we've had anything original come out of that franchise in years. Like even the series I liked recently. What was the name of the one with the kids? I can't remember it. What's the name? What's the name of that one? I cannot remember it. Like we watched it, we enjoyed it, and I cannot remember the friggin' name of the show. Skeleton Crew, thank you. That was just Treasure Island. Star Wars Treasure Island, see? That's what it was. It was Treasure Island. It was a good version of Treasure Island. I liked it. That's one of the few Star Wars things I've actually enjoyed lately. But yeah, it was Treasure Island. Oh, no, I needed to... I got to do that skull and the Blood for the Blood God first. See, everyone argued that it's always been that. It was a goofy fantasy setting. They had political stuff topped into it. It was space wizards. Magical space wizards. Look at that. Look at that. Magical space wizards. Made no sense from the get-go. Yeah. Can you make this skull? All kinds of... Okay. I hope. Hopefully it'll help. Especially when the grass and everything's hitting like epic levels right now. But I know Andor had some, from what I heard, had some really good writing. It was, I'd say, my guess is a lot of people are blown away because it was very different than a lot of Star Wars franchises. It was, slow and political and more contemplative, stuff like that. So I could see that blown away. But yeah, it was, everything I read and the little snippets I've watched of it here and there was good. That explains why it fit in so well with Rogue One. I mean, I know it's just the prequel to Rogue One, which is the prequel to the. I don't know if, can you even call Rogue One a prequel, or can you call it like an in between cult? Because it's not the prequel. The prequels were the prequels. Rogue One's like a explanatory story. It's a run up. All right. There we go. Nice inconsistent blood on the skull there. That's a word I can't say. It's a rebellion tutorial. How to have a rebellion 101. Step 1. Stick it to the man. Step 2. Die. There you go. Your 2-step tutorial to having a rebellion. Is Rogue One a fanfic? Rogue One, no. Andor, Rogue One is someone's OC's fanfic, and Andor was their expanded origin story because it did so well. Why I stream so much? It's the same streaming schedule I've had for a while. I'm confused, Mecca's form. How you doing this evening, sir? Mecha swarm? Maybe it is a mecha swarm. Are you a swarm of sentient robots there, mecha form? Okay. Have a good one, Jersey. More of a swamp than the swarm. Fair enough. Well, I'm trying hard to stick to my schedule of Saturday, Sunday, Mondays, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central. Give you so much time in the workshop today. Nice. I did see you go online. I was out. I wasn't able to jump on. But I remember seeing it and going, oh, Mechaform's on. And then I got distracted and because I wasn't able to watch at the time. Utunabut. Yes, I will turn Canadian. I will be from Kanakistan. And I wouldn't mind being from Kanakistan right now. But Utunabut. Get this back to the lead belcher. before I hit it with the contrast that I'm going to use on it, which is the Basilicum Gray contrast. So what'd you work on today, Megaform? Okay, it's looking decent down there. It's hard to tell if this is dry because it's designed to look wet. It's pretty dry enough. Alright, time to work with some goop. What's up, Nightshade? Got a 3D print for the caliper, clipped down to the size. Trim mounting plate and connect the bits together. Digital depth drilling gauge now functional. That's pretty slick sounding. Howdy, hi, hello. That was perfect. And she's like, oh, Isaac, you know, the suggestion of cake came on, and they're like, oh, I got cake. Fuck you all. Oh, we don't have cake. We have Reese's, mini Reese's in the fridge. So we will be having a it's all good. This is fun terrain stuff. All right, so. Don't worry, Nightshade. We're going to have next Friday, a week, less than 7 days. Wife and I will be having probably fancy dessert. Because that place we're going to has had some pretty good desserts. So. I don't remember what we had last. I mean, I think I did a custom creme brulee last time, but. Yeah, this Saturday is our anniversary. So, unfortunately, the restaurant I want to go to, not unfortunately, the restaurant we go to that we're going to is closed on the 4th because, hey, treating their employees and making sure they have holidays is a good thing. So we're going out on Friday night instead. It's not unfortunate. It's, they give their employees holidays, which is good. So that one is ready to get picked. Nice. Enjoy the day off, Nightshade. Good. Enjoy the day off. Pay attention to what I'm doing here, because this is goopiness is goopiness. There's areas that I'm okay with the goop getting on the mini. There's areas I don't want the goop getting on the mini. So I need to keep it inconsistent with its depth, because this is where I gotta get underneath. I want to clean up this a little quick. That's quick. That one's okay there. Of course, that's not though. Okay, I gotta get in under there a bunch, because the stuff gets dark in areas like down there. So. Okay, that actually looks like it's got a decent amount of coverage. With the weird goopy goop. Bloop, 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 bloop. This is fun. I gotta clean though. Okay. It's voodoo goop. I'm calling it as the voodoo goop. Let's just see a spot back here that I need to. I want this to be lumpy and consistent. So that will add a nice dynamic texture. Alright. It's already like drying up on this blade here. Cybergen. One second. So, this blue stuff here, if I get this, seal it up. This is Vallejo's Diorama FX. It's a water texture. So this will dry translucent and be a water texture stuff. Now these, I'm painting my Chaos Knights that are have very custom bases. I'll show you one in a moment. I just got to clean the tools fast because this stuff hardens quick-ish. And I don't want it to get everywhere. So, okay. Tools get put away. Hey, hun, when you get a chance, I could use a water change. This is... please. I had to clean up the brush. So anyway, this stuff here, my Chaos Knights are all on this, like a frozen wasteland bases. So this is done with resin. This ice effect is done with a resin. And the cork. Underneath that resin, I use this, let me rinse that cup out. The resin is underneath. Underneath the resin is this blue stuff here that will give it a bluish, dark blue dynamic base. That the resin will, you can kind of see through it and helps color the resin. So this guy is different, that he's going to be stepping out of it. So I had to apply the goopy stuff, get away from me, fly, underneath first. And then this is going to dry up, and then I'll seal it. Thank you, huh? And hit it with the resin pores, and then I'll do a couple frost effects on top of that. So you have 4 full boarding sets you have to build and paint. And more Sector Mechanicus than you can handle. Will Admech are can be a very numerous army with lots of stuffs. So best of luck. I'd say assembly line them. Be my recommendation. You know, do a step at a time. Drakarian World Eater. I'm working on Chaos Knights. They are corn-themed Chaos Knights, hence the reason that there's blood letters on everything. Like Mr. Rampager here. There's all his blood lettery goodness. That's right now. That's where we're going to be setting up for 11th. Is the Chaos Knights. I do have Tyranids, as you can see, my little Termagant chilling here. I've got some Grey Knights and Dark Angels and a few others, but I love the Drakari. I think they got some great stuff I've always liked. So, but can't say Drakari. I do like the Drakari. World leaders, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with the chaos stuffs. You know, other knight here's got, you know, skulls for the skull throne. Lots of skulls for the skull throne. Alright, so now for this, plasma. Ectoplasma, I think is what this one is. Ectoplasma Decimator. Ectoplasma Decimator. I'm going to be running the green, this green that's back here, on the coils. I just had to do the white on the coils first. And then I'll be using the green, the Vallejo green ink, and work that in, and then I'm going to slowly blend it in. So I do like... Ooh, that was way too much. No, don't go down there. Stop trying to blend. Alright, so we're going to take a fine brush. Move that away. So, have you played any 11th yet there, Cybergen? I'm always curious to see what people are thinking of their force dispositions. I've played since 3/4. Yeah, hey, and we're kind of in the same boat as far as that, because I did. I had Grey Knights for 4th edition. I think it was 4th. Whenever Grey Knights became their own army, which I think was 4th. So I think it was the Demon Hunters Codex. I want to say that was 4th. Because in 2nd edition, I ran Tyranids. Demon Hunters, yep. Funny enough, one of my friends, when he was still around, was one of the best 40k players I ever played against. And I mean, mind you, I'm not. I would not say I'm a skilled player in any way, shape, or form. But I've played against him many times, and he ended up becoming a lawyer because he was so good with rules and things. He ended up got bored with his day job and then studied and became an attorney. So having the ability to read thoroughly and understand and do things like that, it's a mindset. Okay, so we got the green on here. Green ink running. And then I'm going to let that dry. And then I'll blend more in. Oh, 20 Terminators. You can blob with 20 Terminators, and you had to kill the Terminators, but I think Inquisitor and attached gun servitors. I never quite did that. I just had my... I think I had my... Terminators, I think were 10-man? I don't remember. They're in a case over here somewhere. I've got... Well, okay. Probably that case, this case, and that case. Alright, so I got the green on the plasma. So now what we've got here. So let's zoom in. So now that this is here, so I'm going to, once this is dry, then I'll dry brush on a little bit more. And we'll blend in the green on the bottom here and with a little bit of white and work it up so I can get the kind of heat effect that I've got. I'm not the greatest at it, but I'm still working with it. The heat effect that I got kind of going on the Abominant and the Turnstile there. So I need to put these away. My wounded counters are in the way. So let's let that dry up. So we got the head done. We got the base gooped. The base is mostly done and mostly glooped up. I'm gonna say gloop now. You can even see it drying a little bit already on the sides there. So let's get back to. Let's do. What would be next? Could work on the little chest plate here. So I'm just gonna keep finishing bits as I go. So all these bits are mostly done, except I have to do the chains and stuff on that. I should just do that first. Let's finish up. I need my lead belcher. Excuse me. And thankfully the store I learned to play at and played mostly in my youth wasn't like it was before they had official stores really. There was only like a few of them. And it was a family-owned place that we didn't get too crazy on the rules lawyering too much, just because, you know, it's literally your friends and you see them every day. I haven't seen any of them in ages. So there's a hair right on the back of that. Yeah, well. So we'll get this modified crotch plate, because the Tyrant's or the Dominus chassis doesn't have banners like this. So we added one in, I'll be able to put some decals on. Ooh, I gotta take the meds, I just realized it's after that time. I was doing the goopy goop. That's why I didn't do it. I had to focus on finishing that. Alright. I'll take a quick pause so I can take some medicine. Okay, meds have been taken. So I need to do Still got black on there. Still got black on there, so I can touch it up. Need to fix the black on that. The goop might dry quickly. It's more so I have to get it cleaned up because since it's got this kind of plasticky thing. Uh-oh, Heretic Scott, what's rabbit hole made that? You may have bought total what? Nightshade? One of us. One of us. One of us. Alright, so Nightshade, when are you going to start your army and when are you going to paint them? Base game for $9. That's a decent. It's decent. I think there's Nightshade. I believe there's an expansion where it has Chaos Dwarves. That's the army. One of the armies I've been working on for Age of Sigmar. Hellsmiths of Hashut. Looking at somewhere that does micromilling, I found a huge forum that goes to great depths. Now, if you think that the miniature work that we do in the Warhammer community is something, look at folks that make like military miniatures. Holy crap. And yes, micromilling, milling on a literally micro scale, small stuffs, Cybergen. But yeah, Heretic Scott, Mechaform, who's in the chat there, he is an amateur machinist. The guy's a pro. Like, he it makes tools and shit and has a lathe and mills and all this kind of crazy stuff at his house. And when he streams, if you can watch it, catch it, it's impressive to see him, like, make the tooling. Like, he'll make his tooling to make something else. Procrastinator. Beautiful. See, there you go. Megaform. Megaform, Heretic Scott. Heretic Scott, Megaform. Y'all go talk somewhere. I will leave it to the two folks who can probably explain it way better than I. Either Heretic Scott or Megaform. What is micro-milling? And Cybergen has asked a honest question. I let them explain it. That both of them are way smarter than I, and are able to probably explain that way better than I. Nightshade, I will cash app you $10 to buy that. And it's averaging. So, at best of my knowledge, micromilling is literally like if you're to look at machining and milling, and on a very small scale, like not on big shit.
Channel with 17 viewers.
Holy crap! Howdy, Tech Techs and lots of folks. Welcome to Chaos Knight painting. We're currently working on a Chaos Knight. Bedtime for this. Thank you for the raid and run, Tech Techs. Have a good night. I'm working on Chaos Knights. This is my Knight Tyrant. They are corn-themed Chaos Knights, hence the reason the Abominant there has a blood letter on top, and my double Gatling Despoiler has blood letters on the bottom. Everything is set that way. If you're fans of the 40k stuffs, let me know. I love hearing what people are enjoying and playing and seeing. And there you go, Sabergen. That is explained way better than I could. So right now I'm picking out all the details on this Tyrant. We did the base. We gotta make sure it doesn't touch there. Did my base earlier. Dropping a follow for that. All right. Spreading the love. Got the base done, and we're working on. Well, not the base is done. I got the base prepped for a resin pour, as my Chaos Knights have ice tundra bases, basically, where they're like walking on rocks and glaciers and stuff. And I'll bring Mr. Abominant up close, or Despoiler up close here. You can see how it's got like this frozen ice. That's a resin, 2-part resin that we use to set that up. Special Delivery is a great example of it. So, yeah, this one's got a lot of the resin built up around and shows like the ice and tundras and things. So, I don't think so because I gotta do it. Thank you for the follow, Sabergen. I just grabbed a brush that was wet with paint. Thank Minerva for that Megaform. She convinced me to do it, and she was very much correct. I don't think I'll do the resin because I got to do it. I usually do I have a. This is my bin for doing resin pours because I need to level it, and I don't want, if it's going to leak, I need it to be self-contained. So I don't think I'll be doing the resin pour on stream just because I usually do it back here, out of the way. And that would be slightly hard to do. So, well, thank you, Megaform. Now I ended up picking up a camera mount that I was using for something else, and it's strong enough to hold the mirrorless camera that's here with a lens and everything on it. So I was like, you know what? Minerva kept suggesting it, so I was like, all right, let's do it. I worked on it right before stream. The puppers is flipped around in a different position. So that is the Lula. Just need to do a quick bit of cleanup there. Yeah, she was zooming around and doing puppy things. Just doing a little bit of cleanup because I had a little bit of paint get where it's not supposed to. So you take a bootleg Walter White. So you're Gary Gray. All right, Megaform's going to take this conversation to the next level here. Mm-hmm. Yay, I connected people that have common interests and can talk about stuff that I don't know. Because, yeah, they on the machining side of things, they're on Megaform and Heretic Scott obviously are on whole nother levels compared to me. Exactly. It's going to sound like have you ever heard when two AI agents talk to each other? It switch like some weird. It sounds like fax machines, basically. That's what their conversation is going to be like. It's also oddly terrifying when two AI agents realize they're AIs and start talking to each other. Okay, so we got the base on that. So now it's the bounce around part of the process where I've got to like painting this, oh painting that, oh painting this, oh painting that. So because now we've got that done, so let's get back onto the main carapace armor here. Everything over carapace armor here. We determined that it's going to be black tip missiles for armor penetrating rounds. And then, so the blades, I do them all in warp block bronze for the bloodletters. Oh, boob cam. Let's move the robot out of the way. Pop that back. Excuse me. I did not move that back here. You're not too terribly far. Like I think I might do the prep for the resin. Well, it depends. Actually, depends on if the Vallejo water stuff is dry, then I can prep for resin. If it's not dry, then I ain't touching that. I gotta let it dry up. So I don't want it to be to mess it up. So I gotta think of. I started thinking of the decals I'm going to be using on this guy because I'm going to be doing a lot of decals, hopefully. Because you got all these armor plates, and I want them all to have, most of them to have stuff on them. That's my goal. And then the banners, I want to put stuff on the banners as well. So a lot there. I've got all this. There's the carapace is the biggest of them all, of all the knights. So that would be the only thing I need to do. Like if I were to get a knight lancer to do the axe wielding knight, which debating doing at some point. But the knight lancer, that's also an imperial knight, so it would not have any chaos decals. So I need to order some like chaos decals so I could decorate it up appropriately. And I have to figure out what I would do with the bloodletter on that one. Because I already know what I'd want to do kit bashing wise. Is it would have... I would make the axe two-handed. I would throw the shield on the back. Because that's the one that has a shield and a lance, a shock lance thing. So I'd put the shield like it's wearing the shield on the back. And then have the axe as two-handed. How to do that? Well, that's going to require some planning and stuff. I've also seen some really cool looking centaur kits to make it a four-legged critter, but it barely fits in the base. And with the way I'm thinking of doing mine with it, it's going to be ridiculous. So let's down the line a bit. After this Tyrant is done, the next is I've got 2 armigers. They're going to be built as War Dog Executioners. They're next, but they'll be a lot quicker. Heck, with a shield. That's why I'm like, if it has shield on the back and I could just do it like full on overhead, or as much as it can, because the arms can't go all the way up, but like charging forward with a two-handed axe. I think it would be pretty slick looking. So, I feel it would be pretty slick looking. I mean, you need to buy a Night Lancer first. So I don't have a Night Lancer. I have to plan out what to purchase to make it work. I mean, there's some cool looking 3D printed stuff so you can get on like Etsy for weaponry and stuff, but I'd rather not if I can. I think I'd be more... feel better if it was mostly done with bits I could find. So, which I'm pretty sure I can't, because I know I have a chainsword left. My knight pieces. Something fell. Find that in a minute. So I've got this chainsword left over from the spoiler here. And I could use this to make part of the blade. Why is it so tweaked? Oh, I see it's got, because I didn't cut it cleanly. I could use, like, cut this off here. Make this portion the blade. And put this in the back to give it that weight. So that's... I just realized I missed a whole thing there. But yeah, that one's going to be, that's down the line a ways. Because I'd have to order the Night Lancer, because that's not an item that's normally carried in stock. It's a special order knight. It's just there's a lot there that'll be like, yeah, it's gonna happen, but it'll be a bit. So, but that would be. I think it'd be a fun one. I have it in my head what it's gonna look like. So. It would be very cool. Yeah, I agree, hon. I have it in my head on what it would look like. I just have to figure out how to hold this to get this friggin' brush in there. That. I can keep with the theme and use the chain and string across the shield, because the shield is meant to be like an energy shield. So it's just the frame of a shield. I could string the chains in between the frame and just build it up full of chain. Make sure it's not too heavy, though. That'd be the only concern. I think it needs to break because of weight. That would work, actually. If I have it on the back, then I don't have to worry about the arm being stressed out because of it. So, suppose I can start looking for a Knight Lancer. Not right now, though. We just did drop a bunch of money in the backyard, so. I forgot to check. Yeah, so it would be cool, and it will be. Because that will be the, that'd be the next big night, so that if I were to do a 5 big army. That way I get a variety of big knights. I have been seeing some double tyrant lists with 2 tyrants. Since the tyrant's got that detachment that focuses on them being better. So. Parting glass. Nope. Not at all. People didn't really feel the Knight Tyrant much because it admittedly was weak in 10th edition. Like it hit hard, but it was weak in 10th edition. Like for people that were chasing the meta and doing stuff like that, it just was not very popular. So one of the detachments that they released for 11th was specifically to buff the tyrants. So people are like, oh, I'll start feeling tyrants, and then I've seen folks do a double tyrant list now. We're like, okay, having 2 tyrants, which they're tough, but they're the slowest of the knights, and they have no real melee. They can stomp their feet, but it really doesn't do much. So if they were to get in melee combat, they'd be stuck and not be able to do anything because they couldn't fall. They could fall back and they get charged again. So they were very much limited in that. So now they just weren't very strong. Their weapons, like if you shot and hit with the weapons, and did well, they destroyed shit. But if they got in melee combat or got tied up, they couldn't do much. So with the new detachment called Tyrant's Bane, I think it is. I think it's the new detachment. Or Tyrannical something or others. Not that one. Bastions of Tyranny detachment. There is an enhancement that allows tyrants to reroll their numbers of attacks because all their weapons are like D3 attacks or D6 attacks or something attacks. Like, you know, the Volcano Lance is D3. The Plasma Desecrator is D6 plus 3. The melted, guns are single, but they're twin linked. The Desecrator on the top is D6. So there's a new upgrade called an enhancement that I can give him to allow it to reroll all its hit rolls. All its not hit rolls, all its attack rolls. So now it makes it much more consistent on the amounts of attacks it gets. There's also a stratagem, which is something I can use now, that if it's in combat, I can spend a command point and have it fall back and shoot. Which is a huge thing. So it can, if it's in melee combat, it can literally go, okay, it takes its 8-inch move backwards and then just shoots you. And since with knights they have the towering keyword, the big knights get a +1 to shoot at anyone that's less than 12 inches away because they're towering above them. So his shooting is, if he's rerolling all his attack numbers, and it can fall back and shoot and have a +1 to hit, it can pretty much destroy whatever was shooting it or whatever was meleeing it. Basically, if you're kicking its shins, it just takes a few steps back, points the guns down, and goes, okay, goodbye. Bye-bye. You cease to be now. So that's where they buffed him up a bunch. They also get a +1, or I think they get a bonus to ballistic skill if you're battle shocked, but that's less used than the stratagem and the plunging fire thing. So it's tough to see, but it depends heavily on the list. I like the idea of having a well-rounded army, especially because that's with the 11th edition rules. That's part of it, is they're supposed to be able to build the army the way you want it, and then you can make, with the detachments and stuff like that, find one that works. So and with best, pretty much a bit of pivot is needed, and then I need to, a bit of a pivoting is needed, and then just more versatility, because I don't want to tweak my list based on every opponent. I want to, because your objectives do change based on what they're playing. I have to do a second coat of this white. It's just not coming across well. So. Depend heavily on the detachments I take, like, not detachments, dispositions. So I've been reading a lot about priority assets, which is one of the dispositions. But I need to see. I can also take. So, no, there's Samantha. There's the dispositions are like, what
Death to the foul warriors of chaos.
rules. All right. Be fully operational by the end of the next week. Nice. That's awesome, Meredith Scott. I've been putting a lot of work. Make sure you pick Megaform's brain, because there's a lot of information in there. Hidden behind puns and other fantastic jokes. It's gonna be that's gonna be so satisfying when you get in there and get to fully working with it. Yes, that's what the underside look. You told me to enhance. I did paint the underside black. Because, yeah, that way it's easy to hide. Alright, so the missiles are. Okay, missiles got the base white. I can let that dry up. It still looks a little wet in there, so I'm gonna let that dry up. Alright, so. Should do that, honestly, in a Wraith Bone. 2 days off is probably setting up all the configuration for capture cards, OBS, stream deck stuff. Yup. Can I? Hold on a sec. There we go. Gotta set that up so I don't miss anything. Same here. The gotta work the ins and outs and the tech side of everything. Yeah, I think that's comes with the territory I'm looking for. I mean, I redid the streaming setup a bit on Friday, and then redid it again for Saturday stream, then redid it again today for this stream. Based on Minerva's suggestions on camera positions and such. So yeah, it's one of those like ever evolving bits. I'm thinking I'm gonna keep it on this for a while because I this is growing on me. Everyone's saying how much I like it, so. There's also the occasionally technology comes out and like, oh, this is a great thing. Like when I had an opportunity to buy the Xeneon, this guy here, which is a vertical touchscreen display that has built-in widgets for streaming and has a giant virtual stream deck here on top of other stuff. So it's like, that was a piece of technology that didn't think it would work. Well, not that I didn't think it, but like, hey, I hadn't seen that before. And it's handy as hell. To absolutely help me out with some of this. Jeez, look at all the colors I used today. Alright, I can switch to that camera. All the colors I used today. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not including the metallics, because I don't usually use the metallics on the wet palettes because it gets into the sponge and is a pain to get out. So, that white. The white's gonna take like 2 to 3 coats. It's still wet, so I'm definitely gonna let that dry out. So, and I want to do. So this is almost ready for a dry brush on top of that. Actually, what I need to do is do another round of really, really thinned out white to make it more translucent. And then I could work that on the base of the plasma coils and get that up. And then darken the top a bit. So it could be more like the spoiler boy there. Or not a spoiler. Abominant. Yeah. So that's what I need to do. So I'll do the white. I could do a little bit. I wonder how that would look. Do a little bit of this. This green. So what I'm gonna do is actually I'm doing a bit of green here, and then I'll do a retouch up once this is done. Touch up the metal portions on the outside again. We'll see how that works. Give it a nice green. All right. So I think we did some good. I'm very pleased with the head. I like how this came out. Now this is going to get a little bit of dry brushing, wear and tear, but that'll be done when it's all finished, because I want it to be consistent. So the glow turned out well. I'm going to have, it'll be bleeding. All of them bleed. We got the plasma coils, the next step done. I'll be doing more blending and kind of give that more of a glow. A lot of progress on the carapace. The missiles need another coat or two of white. All the skulls here will be getting a little white dry brush, and then a bit of a shade, especially on these like horns here. And then, excuse me, after the shade, then I'll be doing the blood effect, the blood for the blood god technical. I got to finish doing some detail work. Start on the blood letters, where they got to get their dry brush, and then a coat of magma draw flame contrast on top of that. But it's coming along pretty well there. We got, you can already see it starting to dry. I can hold that there. See where it's like darker? That's this stuff drying. And it'll get translucent, and you'll be able to see underneath. But that darkness it gets closer to this color when it's dry. Is this dark blue kind of stuff. But on there, I think the marine came out pretty good. Ow. Stabbing me. Let me get in the camera view here. The marine came out looking decent. So, I know it's 10 o'clock. I see a Nightshade. So, we did decent progress tonight. Tomorrow we'll be back on. Same time. 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central. And, oh. I thought you were telling me it's time to get going, which is both. We'll be on same time tomorrow, 7 p.m. 10 p.m. Central. And tomorrow we'll do lots of decals. I'll get starting with, I've got basically an entire sheet and then some of decals. So I'll be doing lots and lots and lots of decals, because I got these big armor plates. I want to fill it in with stuff. So with that, thank you all for sitting and watching. Thank you for the follows. Yeah. I'll see you all tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central. Hit that button. And good night, everybody.
Asmodai_00 followed your channel.